Let me get buckets, and then you'll have your snacks. I'll give people a chance to move the way. Pacing back and forth so she doesn't get fed. Morning, everybody. Would you like, hey, come here, pumpkin. Oh, my pumpkin. I got a cherry pie, little mini cherry pie. Yeah, that's some good shit. Good shit. Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. I heard you were being kind of picky with your sister yesterday, pumpkin. I didn't end it up very well, did it? Did not. Don't worry. You'll get your little buddy bar. Will you be a squishy? That's your favorite thing. You love squishies. Is it bucket time? Be nice. I gotta open it first. Spicy is so simple. Red, pumpkin, red! Don't worry, I got a pocket full. I got a pocket full of snacks for my pumpkin. Somebody just finished. Getting tall, girl. You're like, your brother's gonna stay tiny just because you eat all the food. I got a pocket full of snacks for little pumpkin. Good. Red pumpkin, run! Come here, Pumpkin. Come here. go clean out their little shelter. I'll bring you guys over today. Be nice. He was trying to push her around yesterday, and that did not end well for Pumpkin. Okay. All right. Watch out, little Punky. Doesn't help with you standing right there. Excuse me. You want water, you gotta get out of my way. He's like, none shall pass. You want scritches? Yeah. He's like, I just want love. That it? Alright. Can I get past now? He just wants to be loved. Yesterday, Chris brushed Pumpkin, and then he started brushing Cinnamon. Pumpkin got mad. Doesn't happen often. So he started headbutting Cinnamon, and he put his horn and lifted up her leg. And she stood there for a second and was like, did he really just try me? Yeah, he did. And then all of a sudden she backs up and knocks the shit out of him. So it's never a good idea to mess with Cinnamon Spice. Shitting all up in here. Shitting all up in here. Let me get a poop out. For a while, I was getting these weird posts of people being like, oh, you gotta try these cow dung facials. Like they were literally taking cow shit and rubbing it on their faces. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you guys. So they're taking cow shit, kind of like watering it down a bit and like putting it on their hair and on their faces. Now I get that it's all natural, but yeah. It was like I think it was mostly like a hair thing. They'd like plait their hair with it. The magic of cow dung. If I were really entrepreneurial, I'd probably sell the hell out of that. Bottle this up. I'm literally just throwing it away. Where's my business sense? Just gotta pick out the corn kernels. Thank goodness these are frozen. Surprised nobody followed me over here. So, morning, everybody. What you looking at, Pumpkin? Oh, she's staring at the greenhouse. She's like, get me more snacks. I want more snacks. You selfish, man. You just like me for snacks. It's freaky. Up close and personal with Miss Cinnamon Spice. Do you want some more snacks? Don't crowd me. Do not. I'll get you more snacks. Just hang tight. Hang on. We got another one. Yeah, give me a stuff. How about we start? Really? I know what you're trying to do. She's like, I opened this before. Yeah, I know you did. You want scritches? I'll go over there. She knows how to open the gate. Do you want scritches? Do you just want snackies? Right? I know you got rubbing. You're getting tall. You're not supposed to be tall. You're supposed to be like cinnamon spice. You liked your scritches yesterday, huh? Yeah, you did. Watch them horns. I don't, yeah, there's no more snacks in there. Do you want me to get snacks? I can. Yeah, okay. You gotta move though. Okay. Come on. Do you want more snacks? That's what I thought. Come on. Come here. Get the hell out of my way. Yeah. I like to be on the wrong end of her. Hang on. I'll get some more snackies. Being a bully. She's a bully. Do you want more snacks? Yeah, give me some more snacks. He's starving. He just hasn't eaten. He's just skin and bone. Not like he got cherry pie and nutter butters today or anything. There and stare at the snack shack. You want some chips to your brother? Get some. These are just mineral cubes, so getting all their vitamins, Also some Margaret apple wafers. Yeah. Look at these babies. Look at these babies. Look at that. Poor little babies. No smooch. No something. No something. No tell. Look at that. All right. Who wants a brushie? Who wants some Oh, oh, there's my pumpkin. Oh, cinnamon spice. He just wants love. You want loves? Then come here. Leave him alone. She's like, that's for yesterday, you piece of shit. Yep. Cinnamon. Thank you, Liz. Thanks for that super chat, Liz. Come here, Punky. Come here, Pumpkin. I'm not going to go inside the gate just yet if she's going to be spicy like that. Come here. Who wants some loving? Who wants gritches? I see that tail chasing, man. She's like me. Just for me. Come here, Pumpkin. 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 He's like, oh. There's our Pumpkin. Uh-oh. He's watching. I don't have some. Let him have some love. Aw, miss. Miss. Yeah. Oh, that's my girl. That's my girl's girl. You want the loves? You want some? I can only do your neck. I can't do full on where the ice is. Right? Yeah, that's my girl. Gotta have them screeches. Gotta have them screeches. She's like, more. Come here. Come here. Some head screeches. Look what you did. God damn it. Now I can't. She tossed my thing, and it's under your feet. I'm not putting my face down there. I know she's a bitch. She's a bitch. My poor little pumpkin just wanted some love. Yep, yep. He's like, you bitch. Yeah. Tornado. Well, he was mad. He's like, you ruined it. Thank you, Judy. All right, you gonna let me in here? Don't be chicken. Don't do shit. All right, now I can do screeches. Are you gonna be okay with me doing the cinnamon? I don't want to do like cinnamon. Is that it? No. That's all he wants. He just wants some love. Cinnamon hates when he's happy. Right? She hates when you're happy. Yep, hates when he's happy. Cinnamon! Oh, that poor baby. He's just a baby. I'll love you too. But don't bully your brother. That's not nice. Not nice. She's not ladylike. Poor little punky. Poor little punky. Just a baby. Is that nice? Is that what you wanted? For him to not be happy? Life goal is for Pumpkin to never be happy. Isn't that right? Can't have fun. You just cannot. You just can't. Cinnamon was born to make sure that he is miserable, that he knows his place, right? No, I know you. I know you. You're a good girl. And you know I bring the snacks. Ooh. What was that? I saw that flinch. Don't do that around me. Especially when I'm like potentially in your path to run. She's got some high kicks too, so I don't want to be around those. Right, Miss Ma'am? So check out that eggs. My poor little pumpkin. He just wanted some rubbings. Let's see if we can sneak some rubbings for Pumpkin. She's like, you ain't sneaking nothing to him. She's like, you guys are gonna watch me like do my yoga. Cinnamon yoga. Hi, baby. I know. You just wanted some love today. And she's a bitch. Yeah. That's all you wanted. You just wanted some next for you. Oh, look at that. That's all. Oops. There's the horn. This side. Yeah. There we go. And here comes Cinnamon, so I'm gonna leave. We're just gonna get on the other side of her. When Cinnamon comes, you get out of the way. Right? That's right. Sun shining today. That'll be nice. I know you guys like it cold though. You like it when it's chilly. Right? Look at these beautiful lots. The majestic pumpkin. Right. So majestic. Oh, my sweet boy. He's a sweetie. He's greedy with the cuddles though. Cinnamon's greedy with the snacks. He's greedy with the cuddles. That's the only time he'll go toe to toe with Cinnamon. He's like, I want brushies. Right. just gonna, I'm not even like trying to groom them or anything. I'm just giving them some scratches. Just some places where there's not ice or anything. Some chin scratches. Right? That's my favorite. All right, babies, I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna take the dogs for a walk, so. Which everybody seems to be enjoying their breakfast now. Breakfast time? Be good. I'm not going to the snack shack. It's not even a greenhouse anymore, it's just a snack shack. Just a snack shack. Enjoy your breakfast. Stop bullying your brother. That won't happen, but we can ask. It's a request. Go. All right, let's make our way back. Let's just hang on tight. Safety first. It's a beautiful day. Switch into mittens though. I prefer mittens on the walk. Thingies. Come on, boys. All right. Let's get your fat boy coat on. Boy, so little pumpkin yesterday, Chris was giving them some brushies. He brushed pumpkin first, and then he started brushing cinnamon, and that made Pumpkin mad because he doesn't want brushies to stop. He loves getting groomed, he loves getting brushed. So he started shoving Cinnamon, lifted her legs off the ground, and that was it. That was kind of like She was tolerating it, and then she wasn't. Bear it. Go. Stop walking away. There we go. Oh, I know. So tired already. We just got started. Let's see. All right. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure you like this video, this live stream, even if you're watching later, after the live is already over. Give it a like. Give us a subscribe. You can also join as a member to get cool emotes. You can support this live through super chats, memberships, animated gifts, all. Look, thank you, Lori. Thank you for the marshmallow sparkle fingers. All right, guys, come on. And how's the chat looking? Can you guys see and hear okay? When the chat's not moving, I can't tell. Thank you, Deborah. All right, cool. Thanks, Lily. Thanks, Gary. Yep, there he goes. He's like, I'm gonna go see the chickens. Let him have a potty in peace. Can't do that, can you? Where are you going? Yeah. Found the snowmobile track. It's still deep. Still deep. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not that packed down yet. Yeah, pretty much, Melissa. I mean, he deserves it. Barrett, damn you. He's like, I don't get to see the chickens. Come on. This way, not that way. Barrett, come on. Bear, bear. Bear. Bear, come on. Thank you. Cows were good today. My little pumpkin. All he wants is love. And all Cinnamon wants is wrath. Vengeance. An unquenchable thirst for blood. Murder on her mind. She's something. My pumpkin's such a sweet boy. As useless as he is. C'est la vie. Why? So many freeloaders here. Pumpkin. Nugget. Sophie. Henry. Why? Why? Also, Burr. Don't even think about it. It's not that packed down. Pumpkin inside the house? Probably no. I mean, he's still about 500 pounds. I know there's a guy that lets a buffalo in his house, but Pumpkin, if he had been home trained from like birth, sure. But him at almost 2 years old, coming inside for the first time, yeah, right. He did, Lori. He did stand up for himself. And this morning a little bit too. They were kind of doing a little cow tornado for a second there. Oh, God. That's some speed. You guys didn't even see that, did you? You only got the... He's breaking the sound barrier on that one. Liz, thank you for the heart gift. Like a flash. He's spunky. Thank you, Kenda. Thank you for the flower gift. Yeah, look at him go today. He's got some spunk. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you for the super chat. So I went in town yesterday, and they did not have chicks or ducklings at Tractor Supply. They have a sign on the area saying first week of March. I have been seeing so many posts and videos that Tractor Supply is selling out of chicks at places where they're already getting chicks, like further south, like within hours. Thank you. Thanks, Jag Mom. Within hours of getting their shipments in, so yeah, I don't know. People are posting their Tractor Supply chick hauls. Nobody's posting ducklings, so I'm hoping I get a little lucky on that one. But I think I'm gonna hold off. I'll probably go and look and see if they have ducklings right before mine are scheduled to hatch, so that if I get any ducklings from Tractor Supply, I'll try to get them all around the same age, you know. I never see Burr give up. Burr just give up. Mine just stops and won't move at all. Can't stop, won't stop. Don't do it. He's like, I'm gonna do it. God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Beard. Oh my God. Beard. Oh my God. Come on. Oh God. Beard. Smack. He's like, fine, I'll beat the crap out of my brother. That's cool, Deborah. And it's not that close to me. Boo away. Morning, Ernie. Next couple of days it's gonna get in the 30s. It says one day the high is gonna be like 40, which is crazy. This is gonna be slick. We're in northern Maine, Dale. About 15 minutes from the border of Canada. I will say, I'm sure everybody saw it. Like, Trump was having a little gathering, and a lot of governors and stuff were there. And he was like, you know, if you have transgender athletes in your school sports, we're going to pull all your federal funding. He's like, wait, is the governor of Maine here? And she's like, yeah, I'm here. And he's like, you said that you're not going to follow that. And she says, I'm going to follow state and federal law. And he's like, well, I am federal law. And if you allow transgendered, if you allow boys and girls sports, I'm going to pull your federal funding. And she's like, I'll see you in new court. You know what? Nobody in fucking Maine likes her. Nobody likes her. Nobody thinks she does any bit of good outside of Portland. The only thing, like Maine is mostly red, okay? The only reason why it's split, and we have 2 electoral votes, I think. One is blue and one is red. The blue one is from Portland. So she's pandering to like one fucking city in this state. And the rest of the state is like, fuck you. It is, yeah, why is she there? Yeah, because of Portland. It's the one big city we have, and it's a college town, and it's blue, as a lot of big cities are. So she's pandering to those people when the rest of us are like, fuck you, like stop. So I did. I went on the governor's website and I filled out a thing giving my peace of mind. I was like, you're gonna punish hundreds of thousands of kids for less than 1% of them. And I'll just say this too, because I was in school before they allowed girls in sports. And I remember I went to go sign up for the soccer team, and literally they told me to my face in front of all the guys that were there, you can't play because you're a girl. So so it's just kind of fucking wild that this Maine governor is going to be like, no, like kick girls out of those spots. Go ahead. That's cool. We are, Anna. We are built differently. And I have witnessed it. I have had it happen to me, getting kicked out of a sport because I am a girl. I could not play that sport until, what is it, Title 10 came through. Could not play that sport. And then finally, that next year it came through, and they couldn't turn me away. And they had to let me play. And it's just wild just to be like, oh no, only boys could do it. And then for this governor to risk the federal funding of hundreds of thousands of kids for less than 1% of male athletes that could participate in their sports teams, in male sports. And then she wrote something on her website being like, we're not going to let President Trump remove federal funding from all these children. No, bitch, you are. All you have to do is abide by that fucking law. You not abiding by it is what's pulling federal funding. Not him. It's you. Yeah, she's going to lose. Dan Bob, yeah, this is a safe space for anybody. I don't care what walk of life you're in. But as someone who has experienced what it's like to lose a spot because of your gender, not cool. I have my own opinions about, like, it's not all of them, but the transgender people that get on TikTok and stuff, and they're like, I'm a better woman than real women are. I'm like, fuck you are. The fuck you are. And then trying to mansplain what a woman is to an actual woman, and then saying, as a trans, like a man who is saying that they're a woman, that they have endo or PMS or whatever. Like, I'm sorry. That is, you know what? I want to be a woman. And I like, because I'm a man, that makes me a better woman than you. Like, it's like, you don't get to say you're a woman and keep your misogyny. That's my problem with it. If you want to say you're a woman, that is cool. You want to live like that, you can. Bear it! But don't tell me that you experience things that you cannot physically experience, and then don't tell me that you're a better woman for it. So, yeah, absolutely. I am all for, I have trans friends, I have non-binary friends and stuff, and thankfully they're all on the same page as me of like, this is fucking ridiculous. Bear it! Bear! Okay, I'm gonna be cutting this one short today. Yeah, so like, just don't, the thing is I would never go to a man and say, I know more about being a man than you. And I also say that my testicular distortion is worse than yours. I can't say that, and I'm never gonna say that, because I don't fucking know. And I can never say to a man, no way, getting kicked in the balls is not as bad as getting kicked in the vajingo, right? I can't say that, because I don't fucking know. I don't know what testicular distortion feels like. I don't know anything about prostate cancer, nor will I ever. So I can't say any of those things. What pisses me off is when they're like, I'm a better woman. Oh yeah, my endo is worse than yours. What? Fuck you. And I'm sorry, I've seen too many videos of a man posing as a woman in a woman's sport getting beat. Bullet! Stop it! And then you could see the flash of rage go across their fucking face. I saw it in a jiu-jitsu tournament. That man looked like he was gonna punch her in the face for winning. It was, I think he went into it being like, this is gonna be a layup. And it wasn't. Because at least with jiu-jitsu, it's not necessarily about strength as it is, what are you doing? Ew. Was that pee? Yuck. That's why. Stop snacking on that. Stop it. Go. Come on. We're walking. He's like, I found something to snack on. You're gross. Come on. Let's go. Gross. Yeah, I did see that, Lily, and that's bullshit. I don't know. But, I mean, I'm not knocking all trans people. I am knocking anyone who says, as a trans person, they're better because they're trans. No. Actually, you're worse now just because you think like that. But it did piss me off, the Maine governor having the audacity to put that, her little note out, being like, he's gonna pull federal funding and he's gonna ruin all these children and I'm gonna fight for you. No, you're pulling all the funding, bitch. What, for like, what, maybe 20 kids? You're gonna put hundreds of thousands of kids' education at risk? Like, goddamn. And that's what they don't get. Since when do we need to, like, bend over backwards for, like, the smallest fucking portion of the population? And the rest of them have to suffer. And, like, mind you, think about the Riley Gaines issue and all that. You know, she tied with that Leah Thomas or whatever, fair and square, but they gave Leah Thomas the medal and the prestige because they felt like it looked better. And I'm like, no, that looks worse. Yeah, that's worse. He's how much taller than she is. He's had how many years of test. Already gives you an advantage. Not cool. But that's thankfully all that got reversed. But still, it's fucking bullshit. I remember, again, I've been a circus artist for 15 years. So come on, Bear. I've experienced it. One of the circus schools I went to, we were in a workshop. It was all women, except for one, trans. A guy living his life as a woman. And because everyone, this is at the height of wokeness, you know, they had us all go around the workshop and state our name, our experience, any injuries, and our pronouns, which I don't fucking care what you call me. As So I'm like, yeah, I'm Kayla. I've done straps this many years. And just so you know, this is a straps workshop. It's Olympic rings. Like specifically a male-dominated sport. But workshop full of women, except for one. So I'm like, no injuries. I've been doing straps for 7 years. And I didn't say pronouns because I'm not buying into that shit. So they go around the room till they get to the trans person. My name's Sky. I've been doing straps for a year. No injuries. And it's she, her. But obviously a guy. I'm like, okay, whatever. That didn't bother me. None of that bothered me. What bothered me is during the entire workshop, and again, Olympic rings is a male-dominated sport. It's all upper body. Typically, they train boys on that from a young age. And when I was a kid, they didn't let girls train rings. So I got a late start. So trans person is doing some moves very well because, hey, you got the test to do it. You got the musculature. You've got years of bone density and muscle development that the rest of me and the other girls in the class don't have. And what got me is the teacher of the class the whole time. Come on, Barrett. Was like, oh my God, you're so amazing for a woman. I've never seen a woman this strong. Oh my gosh, just clapping and applauding the whole fucking time at this dude. And like really talking it up to be like, oh, you're so strong for a woman. I wanted to turn around and say, shut the fuck up. It's because she's not a woman. Stop fucking saying that. Oh my God. It was just like just patronizing. And like this teacher just kept going on and on. None of the rest of us didn't get praised for that. We would go up and do our thing and she'd be like, good job. Oh my God, you're so great for a woman. I've never seen a woman that strong. Because she's got a cock. That's why. That's why. So come on, baby. Got a good dose of testosterone that I did not get. So that was fucking enraging. So I know a lot of people would be like, you know, if it doesn't affect you, you know, like why talk about it? Why are you bothered by it? Because it has. It literally has. That workshop was a fucking nightmare. Come on. Come on, Bullet. Just run. Run. Come on, Bowie. Run. Run, Bowie. Yeah, it was a slap in the face to all of us. I mean, it would have been one thing if the teacher of the workshop had treated us all the same. We're like, oh, good job, good job, good job, good job, real strong. That looks good. Good form, blah, blah, blah. But to like just go above and beyond because they were trans, to really pump them up and really convince them like, you're a woman. Look how strong you are for a woman. And I'm like, Yeah, if they're right, where are all the women to men's sports? Oh yeah, so I ended up having to play on the boys soccer team. I was the slowest fucking person on my team. I was the slowest. And when it came to strength training, I was the weakest. This was my junior and senior year of high school. It felt, I worked so fucking hard to keep up with those boys. And my best was not good enough. You know, like there is a very clear difference. And you know what? I can appreciate that they're like, yeah, girls can, because like my high school did not have a girls team. So I had to play on the boys team. And other schools, when we would go to games, would try to like convince my parents to get them to change schools for me so that I could play on their girls team. They were like, she would be great. She's fantastic. Because by my senior year, I was the captain of the boys team. Even though I was the slowest, it's not always about that. Leadership, organization, skill, all that, you know. But it was still that my best on the boys team, I was still light years behind them, you know. Whereas you see these high school boys on the girls team and it's no contest. And I know, like, trust me, like I know, I work in male dominated industries my whole fucking life. When we did MMA, I fought other guys. They slaughtered me all the time. All the time. I never won against any of the guys. They had a hard time making me tap out because I'm flexible, but it was tough. But I looked at it that way. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to learn fighting against someone weaker than me. So I kind of took that as a learning thing. So I'm kind of like a little confused when they're like, I'm going to go play on the girls team as a guy. And then everybody's like, yay, look how awesome you are. You're so great. I just don't. I'm like, you know what? You took the easy way out is what you did. There's no honor in that. None. Zero. I went to an aerial competition. And at this point, I was already a professional, getting paid to perform. I was on a Russian show. I was on several shows. So they had several divisions for this competition. You could enter as a beginner, intermediate, advanced, or professional. And I'd been teaching for over 10 years at this point, and I'd been performing like as a professional. So I put myself in the professional category, because if I put myself in any other category, I would, that's not a win to me. Going up against a bunch of toddlers, that's not a win. That's not going to make me feel good. Like just the point to say I won. No. So I went in the pro level. And as they were announcing people in the beginner, intermediate, advanced, and pro, one lady, they started announcing her. She's like, she's been teaching for 10 years. She's been performing at this place, blah, blah, blah. She put herself in the beginner category. And of course she got gold. And I'm like, what? Like, honestly, that alone, all of those stats alone, they should have been like, nope, you are not allowed to be in this category. You've got 10 years under your belt. You're a teacher and you perform professionally. You need to at least be in the advanced category. Like, thank you, Maxwell. That pissed me the fuck off. I was like, they should not have allowed that. I put myself in the correct category because I don't want to wipe the floor with people that like aren't even on my level. I don't learn shit from that. I don't benefit from that at all, except for just to say, I got a gold medal. You know, like nobody gives a fuck if it's in the beginner category. At the mines in Nevada, I had to build trans showers and bathrooms because it's discrimination if they don't. That's bullshit. All right, come on. Barrett, leave the chickens alone. You just can't. Can't do it. Yeah, the place that I had that circus workshop at, they had gender neutral bathrooms. I don't care about that. I'm a big girl. I could take care of myself. But they had like women's, men's, gender neutral. And then on one floor, unless you wanted to walk like half an hour to get to another bathroom. Come on, boys. It was a communal bathroom. So it was like free for all, which, I mean, like the place was old. That floor only had one bathroom, so they just made it communal. That didn't bother me because they still had stalls and stuff. But
you know, I could see how other people might be bothered. If we were having to get undressed and stuff, I'd be like, no, because sorry, circus, like yoga, like gyms and stuff, it does tend to attract some fucking weirdos who only get into those things so that they can be pervs. So communal toilets, don't really care about. Dressing rooms, I would be like, nah, see, that's not gonna work. Ew, that's terrible, Anna. Yeah, that's the other thing. No offense, guys, but I have had to, because like the women's restroom will be closed. I'll have somebody go in and check and make sure the men's room is closed or is empty so I can go in and use the bathroom. There is piss everywhere. Why? So like the whole thing, I'm like, let them use the bathroom that makes them feel comfortable. But you're still gonna piss all over the fucking floor? No. I'm sorry, no. No. I'm sorry if this conversation made anybody uncomfortable. I apologize if you're uncomfortable. However, I don't ever bring my opinions or anything out unless I have like specific like first person experience with things. And all these stories that I've told you, like these are my stories. These are things that have happened to me. So like my opinion doesn't come from like some hypothetical. Thank you, Anna. Some hypothetical situation that might happen to fulfill my savior complex. No, it's because I've had it happen to me. I've lost out on opportunities. I've been pushed by the wayside. I've been in situations that I don't want to be in because of this shit. So, sorry, I went off on a tangent because of the governor of Maine. I really hope that people like Charlie Kirk come to Maine during the next election cycle to help make people understand that Governor Mills needs to be the fuck out of office. Like, it's just fucking wild. Yeah, that would just piss me off. Yeah. I'm going to start jiu-jitsu practice Friday, and I'm aware that I will be one of 2 women there. I don't want the men to be sort of just because I'm a girl. You know what? When it comes to, like, a lot of training facilities, they understand why you're there, and nobody's weird about it. There might be, like, one guy. Those guys never last. You can ask my husband. He did mixed martial arts for decades. And on the rare occasion, did you just throw up? Why? On the rare occasion that they got a guy that was in there for the wrong reason, they never last long because usually they can't hack it, like, and they get their head handed to them. The people that are there long term and are willing to train with you and stuff, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll do great in jiu-jitsu. Great sport. Thank you for that gift. You'll do fantastic. You'll love it. I always had a good time doing jiu-jitsu. So, and they didn't hold back either. Never did. But quite honestly, I wouldn't want them to. Like, because if I'm ever in a situation where I need to use it, they're not going to hold back either. So, at least she can't run again. She's on her 2nd term. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Well, she can't run again, but we don't need another person like her in, because that's fucking wild. Again, she's willing to let all the children in Maine suffer for, like, really how many transgendered athletes? Yeah, and she wants to blame Trump for that? No, honey, that's your fault. You're willing to make all those kids suffer because of you. So. You know what she reminds me of? Do you guys remember? And thank you, Deborah. Thank you for that super chat. Yeah, hopefully they'll make the changes. She was that kid in school who would continuously keep doing the wrong thing in class, so everybody loses recess. That's who Governor Mills is. Nobody likes that kid. Everybody hates that fucking kid. She is willing to ruin it for everyone just because she's throwing a fucking tantrum. That's Governor Mills of Maine. And so many people I've talked to think she's full of fucking shit. So. Someone made a joke one time that she looks like Austin Powers' mom, and I can't unsee it. Oh God, oh my God, you're right. Especially, I saw a picture of her wearing a turtleneck just this morning, and I was like, oh, you're right. Oh God, no. She's like, oh God. Who is the female villain from The Incredibles with the short black hair, the really short one? She is Dr. Evil and that villain's love child. That's what she is. So, no, I don't have pants on. I have a niece who was born a girl, looks like a guy. She hate she got in school, thought she was trans, got to be careful. I wish, like, that kind of read a little funny. Thank you, Janet. Thank you for that super chat. Edna, there we go. Yeah, thank you. She's like Dr. Evil and Edna's love child. That is the Governor of Maine. Like, I don't even have kids in school, and like what her saying that pissed me off so bad. I don't know how far this shit goes, but I did. I went online and I emailed her office and I was like, would you like a response? I'm like, yes, I would. Give me a fucking call. Like, Janet, thank you. Although they're probably not going to respond back to me because there were some choice words in that. I think selfish cunt was part of it. Stop it. We don't all live in Portland. Oh, let me switch to Wi-Fi real quick. Ooh, I get to show you guys something. Hey, Jessica, how about, since you don't have a profile picture and all you can do is talk shit on here. Oh my goodness. Oops. I guess Jessica's gone. Actually, so there's this fun little thing. She could still watch, but it hides her so no one can see her. So she could probably chat and say as much as she wants in the chat. And it's just going to go nowhere. I love it. I love it. YouTube has some really interesting, like capabilities to moderate your chat. Love it. So. All right, so you know how, so I'm waiting for a ball of yarn to finish my vegetable basket. Well, when I got some more yarn to make another one, and I had told you guys that I wanted to put so I use my laser to cut out the basket bottom that has holes and stuff in it so that I can crochet into it. I was like, you know what, I can make that better if I put like a really cool image on it. So I used AI to create an image. So this is the basket that I'm currently crocheting. It's gonna be a little bit taller, it's gonna have handles, but I put this image burned on the inside of the basket. How cute is that? Yeah, exactly, Candy. Morning, Justin. So I put, cause this will be like a garden basket. I mean, I guess you could use it for whatever. But like my idea is as garden baskets. So I'm working on this one right now. Yay. Glad you guys like it. Love it. So I'm gonna make each basket is gonna have a different image on the inside. So just so that they're all like interesting. I'm not gonna put the same image on any two baskets. So I'm gonna, yeah. I'm very happy. Thank you, Margaret. Thanks, Judy. I'm happy with those results. So I'll have that done this morning. I don't know. I've been, like I said, winter makes me crafty. Oh, thanks, Liz. Thanks, Candy. I'm a little worried here in South Dakota now that Christy knows, not our governor. She's in the White House, had a security, but I think the governor that moved up, Lieutenant Governor, will be fine. Yeah, I hope that Maine votes out people like Governor Mills fast. We don't need none of that shit. None of it. So here, let me set a super chat goal. Let's see. Super chat, super chat, super chat, super chat. Okay. Anyway. Let's see. Coffee. There we go. All right, we have a super chat goal. All right. The only thing I'll do different is on my next basket, I'll probably, so I have to like build the design and then run it through the laser. So I think I'll make the holes for the basket slightly larger, just to make that initial round a little bit easier. And then, like I said, every basket is gonna have a different image on it. And it'll probably stay like natural, like it'll be like vegetables or foliage, mushrooms, think nature stuff. So that's my idea. And I was thinking this is gonna be 3 balls of yarn. Now I'm seeing how tall it's getting. I'm like, yeah, it's definitely gonna be 2 balls of yarn. So, cause I just started this ball. Autumn's doing good. She's been getting like party tables and stuff where she's working, so those are good tips and stuff. And she's doing that. And I guess my family invited her on a cruise, so she's trying to save up for that. So I think last time we talked, she was like, I'm taking every shift that they'll give me. She's a Capricorn, so they are motivated by money. Who isn't, right? Thank you, Deborah. I just like that she's self-motivated. I remember when she was younger and like still in high school, Chris used to be like, I don't know how kids these days, like, you know, thank you, Mitzi. Thanks for the super chat. You know, they can't take care of themselves and, you know, that sort of thing. And I'm like, just give it time. Like once she gets thrown into it, she'll be fine. Nobody taught me anything. Like I pretty much just got thrown out and it was like, fend for yourself. And mind you, hey, Bullet, don't start. I was more active in my daughter's life and making sure that like she got a good start. But I was like, look, when she gets out of high school, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. My only craft store, Joann's, is closing. Oh, I know. Apparently, the one in Bangor, Maine, is not closing. So, guess you guys are going to have to come to Maine. Oops. That's what Shelby said. It was not on the list. Bangor Joann Fabrics is safe for now. Don't know for how long, but you know, for now, you could come to Maine to get your Joann fix. So I'm definitely gonna have to make a trip in there next time I'm in Bangor. Yeah, that would be cool. Never been to Maine. Ah, love it here. Love it. I love that you could breathe in and not be like suffocating on rat shit, you know? Which actually, a friend of mine just moved from Manhattan, out of Manhattan. And I bet she's going to be hacking up shit for ages. It's going to take 6 months to get all of that filth out of her lungs. Like I always loved, like, when I was a kid, you'd watch movies that they would be, the setting would be New York City, right? And you see the actors and actresses walking around, streets are clean, light traffic, a few people on the sidewalks, nothing crazy. You actually go into Manhattan, and there are piles of garbage, like 15 feet high. I mean, like, just like bigger than vehicles, piles of garbage. And then rats running all over the place. Heavy traffic, lots of people, a lot of homeless, a lot of mentally unstable. Yeah. She's gonna love it, yeah. Ooh, Michael's had a good sale for yarn. That's good, J9. Yep. Oh no, she's not in Portland yet. She's not in Portland yet. She went to her parents' house first to kind of get her ducks in a row, and then she'll be making her way up to Maine. But I know, like, I know she's gonna be hankering. She's gonna be itching to get out into the wilderness. It's coming. But man, that was always disappointing, because as a kid you'd be like, oh, I bet New York City's cool. I bet that looks really cool. No, it is literally a dumpster fire. Literally, dumpster fire. And I used to, one of the clubs that I worked at in New York City, this was like a high-end club. Rihanna had a table at this club. We entertained Arab sheiks at this club. People that would throw $250,000 down on their tables a night. Just have a table in this club, right? Fucking trash heap right outside of it. Like, we're talking about like limousines, A-listers constantly coming in and out of this club. And there was a mountain of garbage outside, bigger than the dump truck that picked it up. You know, it was just a very expensive dumpster fire. Oh, that's cool, Candy. So I always wonder, I'm like, do they walk around with blinders on? Do they just like trick themselves into be like, this place is so wonderful? Didn't see that. Maybe at one time. It probably had its heyday, but I don't think it's today. Definitely not today. And especially when they, thankfully, I think Trump ixnayed that whole, like, that tax on certain areas to drive through Manhattan. Like, imagine, like, that city makes so much money. Like, so much money moves in and out of that city. And yet they can't figure out trash, their subways, safety. Yeah, and yet they keep taxing the shit out of everybody. Like, I remember when I worked at that club, the toll to go through the Holland Tunnel, because that's how I got into the city. It was easier to get to the club from Holland Tunnel. I think it was $8 to $9 when I went into the city. I think, what is it to get through the Holland Tunnel now? Like, I remember when it went up to 12, and I was like, this is bullshit, you know? Stop, Bullet. Stop. Yeah, be careful. Toll scams. Oh, a toll scam, really? Glad I live in the mountains. Same. Like I've done my bit. I've worked in the city. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to navigate that again. I got a text for the toll scan. Luckily, I'd just been in my toll account. Oh, okay. Oh, I get texts like that all the time. I'm like, joke's on you. I don't even leave my house. Our little town of 16,000 finally getting our first Hobby Lobby. Oh, look at you, Deborah. She's going to be making everything. Yeah, I've gotten like the toll text, like, oh, you got to pay this on your toll. I'm like, there are no tolls on my driveway. 0. If you don't stop, Bowie, stop. Jesus. People try and say you owe money for driving somewhere. Oh, okay. If I don't see a sign on the road, I don't owe anybody shit. They're usually pretty clear about when there's a toll. The government will take its money. It's loud and clear about that. So many people think it's true. I know. I am always kind of shocked when people fall for that shit. If you want to watch a fun movie, The Accountant, that's a good one. He kind of does this whole vengeance thing for a company that's scamming mostly elderly out of their retirements and stuff like that. So can't imagine spending $9 per day to use a road every day just to get to work. That adds up. Oh God, yeah, that was bullshit. And then the thing is think about all the money they rake in off of tolls, and that city and the roads and everything, it's still absolute garbage. So the money is getting misappropriated, and that's what I love about Doge, and I love about this administration, and it kind of frustrates me. So many people bitching about Doge, because I love when they're like, yeah, because he's going to put that money in his pocket. Yeah, Elon Musk is just going to take all the money. He's going to save himself. No. He's pointing out that the elected officials that everyone was like praising for so long, he's literally showing you how they were stealing your money, laundering it. Why does this one congressman have 22 bank accounts on a $174,000 salary and have 3 fucking houses, 2 vacations homes, and her penthouse or whatever for DC? Anyway, on $174,000, mind you. So anyway, they're literally pointing out, hey, they're literally stealing this money, and then they're getting mad at Elon Musk and Trump. I'm like, ooh. And then they're talking about, because there was a press conference, and they're like, okay, so you're talking about giving 20% back of like what they've saved, 20% back to the citizens as like a stimulus, 20% to go to the deficit. And then they were like, what are you doing with the 60%? What are you doing? Like, are you taking it? And he's like, no, we're rolling it. We're gonna, that money that we save, we're gonna roll it over into next year's budget, so we don't have to spend as much. And you could just see the journalist's face kind of like processing, like, wait, but where's the theft, Yes, yeah, and calling out 250-year-olds still receiving benefits. And here, I'm going to tell a story. I witnessed this firsthand. I could tell you. So it's not all, and what's funny is this person is a hardcore liberal. So I had this friend who, she was also one of my students. She lived at home with her mom and her grandmother. Okay, follow along. Her grandmother passed away. Her grandmother was receiving Social Security. I don't know how old her grandmother was, but I digress. Her grandmother was receiving Social Security. My friend, student, called her friend who works for the coroner to come pick up the body, but never like report her as like having passed away. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how that works. I could see how it works because having to work with state police and seeing how they don't ever submit paperwork for like 302s and stuff. It's just somebody just not doing paperwork like they're supposed to. They, I guess, somehow disposed of the body kind of like the way they would with like a John Doe or a Jane Doe. Just be like, oops, don't know who it is. And so that she and her mom could continue to receive these Social Security benefits. They still got those checks. It was deposited into like a joint bank account. And unless someone has said anything, unless they have figured it out, which who knows, they might, when I left Pennsylvania, they were still getting those Social Security checks for her dead grandmother who had been dead for 2 years. Not good. Oh yeah, I hope so. I hope they end up paying it back. Because imagine if I literally witnessed this thing, and she's just talking about it very plainly, like very open about this thing that they did. And it was so easy for them, and I think she paid her friend who worked for the coroner's office or whatever. If they did that for her, they've probably done it for other people. And that's just one little town in Pittston, Pennsylvania. Imagine all the other cities in this country. That's how that happens. So I was just saying, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Margaret. I hope everything works out. We'll be thinking about you, Margaret. But yeah, so that's how that happens. That's how, when people are like, how does a 250-year-old, how does a 150-year-old still receive Social Security? That's one way. Yeah, that's a waste of our tax money and total fraud. Yeah, it's fraud. And I think that they should stop just slapping people on the wrist for these fraud cases and actually start like punishing people for it. Because if they actually upheld what the law states, what the punishment should be, people would not do that stuff. So it's getting corrupt daily. And this is so small scale. Let's see. Terry, my mom died in 2020. She was 85. Her Social Security stopped right away. I called to notify them. They said we were notified already. Yeah, through probably the coroner's office. So this girl that I knew was able to circumvent that. So like nothing was ever filed, nothing was ever put in the system. So really, and we all know this about this country, all it takes is you just knowing somebody, I guess. So, yeah. And I'm sure that's probably how a lot of those cases happened, of, 150-year-olds still receiving their Social Security benefits. Although there should definitely be something in the system that when someone hits over the age of 100, like maybe there should be like a yearly check-in, so we know that they're still with us. And don't tax Social Security people again, how they do that, double dipping and getting away with it. Yep. Agree. There's so many things. So I guess what gets me about the people that are mad about Doge and what it's doing, I'm like, what? Are you mad that he's like they keep saying that he has access to our personal information. What federal employee doesn't? Anyone who works at the Social Security Administration has access to that. They weren't voted in either. So I just don't understand why they're so mad about it. And especially because that side was all against these career politicians on the other side of the aisle, like making money, like doing the exact same thing that Doge is pointing out. Like, hey, there's money laundering, here's fraud, here's, you know, here's all these things. And then they're getting mad at him for it. Like, I think they're just mad because what they thought they knew was wrong. And they don't like that getting pointed out. Yeah. My mom just retired is upset about that too. I don't know. I feel like people have been screaming this for a long time. Can we get the corruption out of the government? Can we get these people that are obviously money laundering and insider trading, Nancy Pelosi? Can we get them out of office? And can they also be punished? Because fuck, Martha Stewart went to prison for insider trading. So should these politicians. Like, Nancy Pelosi has $240 million net worth, and her salary is less than $200,000 a year. What? I don't think it's too far gone. I think the thing is, it's pretty deep in there, and it's taking these very extreme kind of like, it's giving people whiplash how quickly this is spinning around, and how like people don't like how aggressive it is. I get that. They're like, well, you can't just give him access, or what are they doing? And like, there's no bureaucracy, and I think that makes a lot of people uncomfortable, if that makes sense to you guys. I think because there's not a bunch of bureaucracy that takes 6 months to vote on something, and then it's still undecided, so another 6-month wait before they can vote to decide if it's okay to look at these files, you know, that sort of thing. It's happening very rapidly. It's happening very aggressively, and what is it? Maxine Waters, is that her name? She literally was on camera and be like, he's going in there and we don't know what he has on us. What? The wording of that is fucking wild. I mean, you basically just admitted there is information to be found out about you. I would, if I'm innocent, I don't have to be like, what does he have on me? If I'm innocent, I know you don't have shit on me because there's nothing, you know? that got me. I was like, did you said that out loud to a camera. That's wild. And she's got a pretty hefty net worth as well. Enough of these career politicians. Enough of that. Anyway, I know we don't usually talk about this stuff, but man, that whole governor of Maine thing had me fucking fired up yesterday. Like, you bitch. Yeah, no need to tell on yourself if you're not guilty. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, okay, so here is something. So again, another, it's Chris's first person experience. Apparently, so he was a member, he worked at a gym when he was in college, that a bunch of people I guess there was an undercover officer that went in there and started popping people for steroid use at said gym. They never got anything on Chris. They had zero on Chris because he wasn't a part of whatever ring was going on in this gym. It was a big gym. It was a very popular gym. So but everyone who went to the gym and everyone who worked at the gym, they called them in for questioning, you know, and they treated everybody the same. They treated the questioning as if they would sit them down, and they sat Chris down, and they're like, okay, we need you to admit to everything that you've done, and we need you to admit that you have been trafficking illegal steroids. And Chris is like, no. He's like, well, we need you to admit to it. And he's like, well, no, because I didn't. And they're like, we have proof that you did. And Chris is like, Chris knew that they didn't because he did not do that. And he was like, then prove it. And they held him as long as they could until they had to let him go, and then they let him go because they had no proof. They were just trying to intimidate more people so that it looked better for like news and numbers. Like they were trying to get people to like just admit that they were doing it just by intimidation. And I guess they came to his house a couple times, would knock on the door and be like, we need to talk to you. And he wouldn't even answer the door. He's like, I know that they did not have anything on me because I did not do anything. So he would like look out the window and then just ignore them. And eventually they just left him alone because for the simple fact of he did not do anything. He was not a part of whatever ring was going on. I think like 9 people in that little ring that they had going on in the back. I think 9 people like got popped and went to prison and stuff. But they were trying to get more, and I think Chris even said that a couple people did get nervous and got scared and was like, yeah, okay, I knew. And they may have known about it, but they may not have been involved in it, but they scared them enough to intimidate them to say something. And Chris is like, I know I didn't do anything. I'm not going to admit anything. I'm not worried about any proof that they have because they have none. So Maxine Waters being like, what do they have on us? Okay, so apparently there's something to find about you. Let's see, said the quiet part out loud. Yes, all of our information has been breached by the government and credit card bureaus. Yeah, I know, and Google and Yahoo and AOL and Facebook. And I mean, like so many, and none of them got shut down. It's all out there. He ran PayPal, and if he was gonna do something with it, he would have already. Yep, they should be punished, and they should only be able to be in there 10 years. If you can't get it done in 10 years, get out. Yes, I agree. He's showing that common sense is a lot easier than most people think. He's an INTJ. I am an INTJ. So I 100% agree with how he's doing things. Like he is not tiptoeing around, and he is not trying to not piss people off. And I'm very similar when there's something to get done, because I did work for the Census Bureau for a time. I pissed off my bosses because they would have like this really bureaucratic way to do shit. And I'm like, no, that's inefficient and you're wrong. And that eventually was my demise because I kept doing things my way, which was efficient. And I had 0 corrections. Like they never had to correct any of my paperwork, any of my files that I submitted, nothing. But because I did not follow their bureaucratic bullshit, I got let go because they're like, you're not a team player. I'm like, really? I'm the only person on the team that never has errors, but okay. What would a billionaire do with my negative bank balance? Yes, Deborah, I've thought about it. Yeah, I love how he's doing it because I said to my boss the one day, he was like, I want you to do it this way, X, Y, and Z. So it was the last day, we were behind, and I was taking on other people's files to get done. I finished my files. I'm trying to help other people get their files done because it is the deadline. It is the last day, otherwise our department gets fined. So I'm taking their files, and he's like, I want you to do it this way. I want you to take this file, finish it, bring it to me so I can look it over, and then you can start on the next file. Mind you, he handed me like 30 files. And if I did that, that would take an hour. And I'm sorry, for one file. If I did that, there's not 30 hours in a day. It just doesn't happen. So he didn't want me to work on my next file until he approved my first file. And I was like, my files are never wrong. I can get all of these done in about 3 hours if you just let me work. And he's like, nope, this is how I want it done. I grabbed my files, I walked away, I did them all in one shot. A couple hours later, I come back to him, put them all on his desk. He's like, you were supposed to bring them to me one by one. And I'm like, I'm not doing that because we don't have time for it. I got let go. Right after that, I got let go. Making a basket, Philly girl. Yeah, so I like what Elon Musk is doing. It's not, he doesn't give a shit who he's making cry, and usually the people that cry the most are guilty. If they're mad about it, oh well, it's probably because they have some dirt on them. Like, it's fine. So as an INTJ, I applaud his efforts. I'm like, that's exactly how I would have done it. I would have walked in, I'd be like, get the fuck out of my way. Yeah, so yeah, but Smokey, some people are so hard set on that bureaucratic bullshit. Probably because that secures his job, like in such a way that if there's still a ton of work to do, like they'll never get rid of him. He's got job security because there's so much work to do. But when you have someone who's very efficient and it keeps clearing out the queue, that doesn't, obviously then they could start downsizing departments and stuff. I honestly, my opinion, and just from from the time that I worked with the Census Bureau, that's what I saw. They love when work piles up because that gives them job security, which is kind of wild because wouldn't you want more efficient workers? But whatever. But if you're very efficient, then they could start downsizing departments and then start to condense them and like reorganize them. And obviously that would make his job obsolete. So you were making him look bad. Probably. Because it was shortly after that, it was a few months later that they were looking for another manager. And I probably would have been, because my numbers were excellent, I probably would have been in the running for that. Although I don't really want to work for the government again. I'm kind of done with that. So unless they need somebody else to be a bitch at Doge, I'd totally apply for that job. Do you need somebody to stand outside a door and insult Maxine Waters? Because I can do it. That could be me. There's urgency to get it done to slow down the disappearance of proof. Yep. Yes, exactly. Until AI controls everything. Think, not sure. We might get into the third ball, maybe not all the way. That was must be so much fun to watch Kayla talk them down straight up in their face. Well, they got me back by firing me or letting me go, downsizing. It doesn't always. It's not always fun being very upfront, but yeah. sometimes when the bureaucratic bullshit is more powerful than you are, you kind of get the not so fun end of it. So. But like, man, I think it was that job that made me really hate how the government functions. It was so inefficient. And I am all about like efficiency of multitasking and getting shit done. And if all government agencies are run the way the Census Bureau is run, that's a fucking nightmare. So Liz, I'm using a much smaller hook than is required, typically suggested for the yarn that I'm using. I'm using a 6.5 millimeter. This one suggests a 19 millimeter hook. That's why the walls are so like rigid. So, what on earth? No matter what you do, people will never be happy, so might as well do it anyway. Exactly. Well, we never, it's kind of funny, Philly girl, that they're talking about like, we got this deadline, we have to hit this deadline. And I'm like, okay, well, like, let's hit the deadline. And then I hit the deadline and I lose my job. So was there a deadline? I mean, what are we doing here? I'm so confused. What was it like changing genders? So people have told me, they've called me a man before. Usually the only, like, I've been called sir, he, him, that sort of thing. I'm blonde. We can be fairly androgynous, especially when I take my makeup off. Like, blondes can be pretty, like, think Tilda Swinton, right? I love her. The thing is, the only people that have ever misgendered me are usually men who are weaker than me, which, I mean, like, I'm a woman, so, like, I don't have the bone density, but, like, I do come across men that I could throw you around like a rag doll. Sucks for you. And it's just because, like, it's a skill thing. Like, I've done MMA, jujitsu, that sort of thing. So it's a skill thing. I'm fairly strong too. I can free climb 80 feet without guidelines or anything like that. Just fine. I find that the men that misgender me the most, and women too, are the ones that perceive me as better than they are. And it's not that I think that I'm better and stronger than you, it's you think it. And at the end of the day, I get to be me and you still have to be you. So whatever gender you call me, it's all good. I'm a woman too. So you're an insecure woman? Is that it? Because that's usually pick-me's. Pick-me's and women who are extremely insecure have to, like, beat down other women. I just assume you were because you have such a strong presence. No, it's just because I'm a cunt. So. But I'm still going to say, you're saying that to try to backtrack a little bit? No. Anyone who has any sense of, like, common courtesy and what are you doing? And, like, how to interact with someone, and at least in a somewhat pleasant or neutral way, wouldn't say that. So, enjoy being you. I don't know. If I add a third ball of yarn to this, it's gonna be way too tall. It's gonna be, like, awkwardly tall. However, like, it's a veggie basket. It's like a vegetable collection basket. So, veggies. There we go. We're getting there. See? Yay. Nobody cares. Inept owl. No one cares. People just love to assume. No, I think people love to project their insecurities on other people. It's no assumption. They want to throw shade, and they're just not fucking ready to get it back. That's all. And I know that because, what do we got here? Hang on. Let's see. Do we have... No profile picture, 9 subscribers, no videos. Oh, wow. Okay. Yep. So that tells me a lot. We have not a lot of confidence in ourselves. Did you burn on both sides of the bottom? No, because I mean, like, that'll get beat up. Like, it'll get dirty, and I didn't feel the need. Plus, you're hardly ever going to see it, so. because they felt a certain way, Liz. They were feeling kind of, something about this live made them feel uncomfortable, and not because we were doing anything in this live to negatively affect their life, but something about it sprang forth and uprooted a deep-seated insecurity, and so they had to say something. That's usually how that works. I love it. I mean, like, honestly, I don't think I'm better than you. You think I'm better than you. Because that's not what this live is about. At no point did I say I have more money, I'm smarter, I'm prettier, I'm more popular. No, didn't say that. We've just been kind of having a pretty pleasant conversation, and then people come in and say shit like that. So that tells me a lot. And because of the topic that they chose about my looks, that tells me they're insecure about their looks. It's very telling when trolls come in and they pick something. They always tell you what their insecurity is. Because, again, and I've said this before, this makes so much sense to me. Sometimes you'll get someone who throws an insult at you that is random, unprovoked. And it doesn't make sense either, because it doesn't fit what we were talking about, what we're doing, or anything like that. And they threw that insult because they themselves heard that insult and it hurt them very deeply. So they think in their head, I'm going to say that to someone because I know how much that hurts. So maybe at some point, somebody misgendered them or said something along those lines, and that hurt them very deeply. And the thing is like, we don't all get hurt by the same things. Some of us just don't get hurt because I'd have to care what you think about me to get hurt by it. So something tells me someone misgendered them at some point and they were very offended by it. So they're thinking, ha, I'm going to get you. I'm going to say that thing because I know how much it hurt. It just hurt you. It hurt you because you let it hurt you. So. Keep making a narrative for content. I mean, sure. Okay. Thanks, Liz. All right, guys, we did not hit our super chat goal. I wish we could do gift goals on here. So I'm going to jump off now. So you guys have a fantastic day. I don't know if I'll be on later. I'm going to finish my basket. But you guys, I go live 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. Becoming a member of this channel is very helpful. The super chats, the animated gifts, all of those are very helpful and encourage creators like myself to continue making content like this for you, meaning the live feeds. And I like YouTube because it posts the live feeds so people can watch them later. So if you can, we appreciate any and all help that you can give on these channels. So have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys next time. She just wants your views and access your wallets. Don't fall for it, scam. Actually, oh, never mind. We could stay on. You guys, I want your views and I want to access your wallets. Pay up. What on earth? I tried. Thank you, Lori. Oh no. God, Lori, no. I have access to your wallet. Oh, God. Oh, J9, not the thumbs up. Oh, no, don't do that. Al said don't. Kenda, no. Anna, no. For an owl, it's very inept. Oh, God. Okay, I know those are marshmallow fingers, but I keep thinking sausage fingers. God, you should make it rain. Oh, don't do that. Thank you, Liz. Oh, flower time. Is that what you were trying to prevent, Owl? Is that what you were doing? Did it work? How'd that work out for you? How'd that work out? Not work out for you? You feel better? I'm gonna keep scamming people. And I scammed you, yeah. Viper pit. My goodness. Oh, Liz, no. And I'm just a troll. Really? Because you were backtracking. Thank you, Deborah. You were backtracking earlier pretty hard. You're a troll now when you realize that nobody gives a shit. So when this live gets turned off, by the way, everyone will forget about you, and you'll still be forgetting or thinking about this. So know how I know that? Because you'll be back. They always come back. All the trolls here always come back. Because, I mean, you could be doing something better for your life. Oh my God, it's your baby bird. Oh, it's a bird. Oh no, it's a bird. It's a bird. It's a bird. Well, at least we could thank Owl for reminding me to do my little spiel on memberships and stuff. All right, we're definitely going to go into the third ball of yarn. So. Almost there. Yeah. Hang on. All right, guys. Now, you're still here. Still here. Somebody hurt you. I know that you are sensitive because you are still here. The rest of us would not pay any mind to it. You're still here. It's that narcissist thing of being like having to have some source, some energy source to feel like some kind of sense of attention. So, all right, now I'm gonna end the live. Okay, all right, thanks guys. I appreciate you. And yeah, I'm making a condom owl for my giant fake penis since I'm trans. Thank you, Heather. All right, guys, have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody. Oh my God, he sounds like my narcissist brother. There's always one.